All right, welcome back to E2W Coast Sports, everyone. Wanted to do some highlights of the 2022-2023 season. While it didn't go as planned, there were some really cool moments, so wanted to touch on that. So let's jump right into it. All right, kick us off, number 6. Game 1 of the season, Warriors beating the Lakers 109-122. What was great about this game was it was a tip off for the Warriors. They're playing a good team like the Lakers. LeBron actually scored 30. Anthony Davis scored 27, and Steph had 33, and we still beat them by, over 10 points in the opening game. So it felt like, all right, hey, we're picking off right where we left off after the finals win there. Team doesn't look like they have any hangover. We're going to roll into the season, and it's going to be a 50-plus win season. It felt like, the Warriors just had figured out a lot of stuff in the postseason. We were really high on Moody coming into this season as well. Unfortunately, he didn't pan out like we thought he would, but he is coming into form late into the season, so we'll see how he does in the playoffs. But there was a lot of just really exciting, acquisitions of JaMychal Green. What is Jonathan Kuminga going to look like? And it felt like with this game, we were headed in that right direction. Number 5 actually is Jonathan Kuminga. So Jonathan Kuminga took a huge leap in his professional career this season. He was much more impactful on defense. I think he's really picking up, how to play NBA style defense with his athleticism. He also was able to find his 3-point shot. So his stats for the season are 10 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists on 53% from the field. And listen to this, 37% from 3. He took that from 31% last season to 37% this season. He needs to be respected on the 3-point line, which just opens up his driving lanes. I'm so excited for Jonathan Kuminga. I think he's going to play some important minutes in the playoffs, and he's going to just be an important piece moving forward. So really cool to see. Glad that pick had panned out because we all know how the Wiseman pick panned out. All right, number 4. Steph with an awesome stretch of games in December where he went 47 points, 40 points, and 50 points in a span of 1 week. MVP Curry was back. We were really excited to see what Curry would look like, especially again after that finals showdown where it's just one of his best stretches of playoff basketball ever. What was he going to look like this season? And he had some stretches there where he was in final form. To be honest, watching Steph these past just couple seasons in general, because he won his MVPs in 2015 and 2016, but watching Steph these past couple seasons, it's hard to say he isn't better than he was in those, earlier years. He's definitely stronger physically, which allows him to take contact and still score in the paint and around, the free throw line in that area. But he's still shooting at just an incredible level. Steph Curry is undoubtedly the best shooter ever to play in the NBA, but I think what's great about Steph is his game is just going to continue to translate into modern NBA basketball, and he's got a lot of really good years ahead of him. So it's just always fun to watch the Warriors with Steph on the court. He makes plays that just, you shake your head and you're like, did he really do that? All right, number 3, the holiday homestand kicked us off on Christmas Day with a win against Memphis. In that stretch, they went 5-0. And prior to that homestand, their record was 15-18 on the season. So they needed every win. So beating Memphis on Christmas was awesome. It's always great to beat Memphis. But then we rattled off another 4 wins. And after that, we were 20-18 to get us back right in the mix. We needed every one of those wins because we were digging a hole that we weren't about to be able to get out of. So it was really cool to see them dig in there. It was a lot of fun basketball during the holidays. A lot of highlight moments from Steph and Poole and Klay, and it just was, it was great to see them lock in and get a string of wins there when we really needed it. All right, number 2. This one is one of my favorites for sure. Klay getting to the 300 threes made in a single season mark. He played 69 games and he averaged just under 4.5 made threes per game. Who else has done this in the NBA? Of course, you guessed it, Steph Curry, but also James Harden too. There's only 3 players who ever eclipsed the 300 threes made in a single game, and Klay just joined that list. Klay, offensively, it's hard to say he isn't better. Defensively, we'll never know if he'll get to that 2018-2019 level of defense, but he's not bad. He's not a minus defender at all. But offensively, he's shooting the ball as well as he ever has in his entire career. We're going to need every point from Klay in the playoff run. Klay finished the season averaging 22 points, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists on 44% from the field and 41% from 3. All right, number 1, getting GP2 back. GP2 was a fan favorite last year for good reason, and he had important, impactful minutes last year in our championship run, and I think all of Dub Nation was really sad to see him go. He came at the expense of our second pick in James Wiseman, but I think we all knew James Wiseman wasn't really working out this season. Specifically, he needed a team that could play him more minutes, and he just wasn't as impactful as we needed him to be for the Warriors. So I think trading him to Detroit was a smart move for the Warriors as well as James Wiseman. But let's get back to GP2. Since GP2 had been reactivated, because he did have a stretch there about a month where he was still recovering from his abdominal injuries. Since that stretch, the Warriors went 5-2, and they had the best defense in the league, holding opponents to 108 points per game. What an awesome individual, impactful player GP2 is, and so excited to have him back. He looks great offensively and defensively, and I think he's going to have a big role in our playoff run. And it really shaped our defense back into form like it was last year. Now, the 8 games or 7 games that he played this season, while it's a small sample size, you can actually look at last year how important GP2 was when he was on the court. He had one of the best plus minuses on the entire team. So really excited for that. All right, we got the Kings in our first round matchup. Super excited for this. It's going to be Battle of the Bays here. I think Warrior fans are really going to travel. There's not really going to be a potential home court for either team. I think if we're being honest here, I think Warriors are going to have a home court sort of feel to it in Sacramento as well as Chase Center. So really excited. I am going to have a breakdown of that matchup prior to it. I don't think we actually play them until Saturday. So they get a full week off to get Wiggins back into form, rest those tired legs, and here we go. I'm excited for this playoffs. I think we're going to make a deep run. Let's get it. All right. Thanks, everyone.